Should I strap this Jeep with these super strong Harbor Freight ratchet straps? It's not going anywhere. It's got a little goose to it. Should we have 911 on speed dial?
I already do.
Life in low range. Most people are probably not going to be aware that in a life prior to SFJ 4x4, I was actually I think it shrunk. I was actually a certified recreational climbing instructor. What that means is, like, if you ever go to like a resort space and they have like zip lines and canopy tours and all that kind of stuff. I used to work with a guy who did that professionally, and then I actually worked in camps and I would teach climbing. This fit, that was okay. All right, so what we're gonna do for Chip. So the story goes with Chip, I do all the phone consults. Chip didn't even know that I existed, because I'd consult with him on the phone, he'd see the YouTube videos, like he thought I was like Phantom of the Opera. So the joke continues to go that I would, I'm hanging out in the rafters of the building. The challenge is I don't actually have a figure eight, so I'm gonna rappel off of retired carabiner. I'm gonna do a slip rappel, and then we're gonna use the forklift to put me up in the rafters, and then we're gonna attempt to rappel down. How's that sound, Savage?
Yep.
Okay. Should we have 911 on speed dial?
I already do.
Perfect. It is after hours. We do actually work on Jeeps during the day. I think this is gonna get in trouble with OSHA.
We're past that. When was the last time you used this equipment?
A decade or two ago. I need you, I'm gonna stand on that box, and you're going to take me up in the rafters. What's that? Okay. Ready? Yeah.
How's it going up there?
Life in low range, just for you, Chip.
Can I do that?
He's stuck now. Oh,
Can I do it, Daddy?
What do you think, Davey?
I did not think that was going to go as smoothly as it did.
Davey, I'm telling you, I was cool before you knew me, Davey.
You feel young again?
I never felt old, buddy. I never felt old. Your turn.
Yeah, right.
You're up. You got next.
What are you working on?
We are including with the exhaust on the CJ.
All custom?
All custom.
So what have you done so far?
We have used the types that come with the headers, adapted them down to a more manageable size. We have then come around, giving us adequate clearance for the dry shaft, and be able to hopefully still get the transmission pan off. We're going to come over and go into this pipe, which I just added to this. On this one, I had to cut it and move it in to get adequate clearance from the frame rail. And then our muffler will be here. And then I have to make the tailpipe slowly but surely.
Come on, let's go
You're gonna
first.
stop?
Yeah, you're good. Just get in. Big men fall hard, and Savage almost ate the showroom. My bad.
It is your bad.
It's my bad. That was not.
You almost had to buy me a new camera.
I was not kind of you. Or not, that was not kind of me to almost hurt you. Most people will recognize this one from the how to buy a CJ7 video.
3-point turn.
Yeah, 3-point turn. It's okay. It's safe. We're being safe in the parking lot. There's so many Jeeps. That's the problem. We're gonna go for a test drive. This is its secondary maiden voyage. I already took it at a quick loop around the town, and I came back and I torqued the wheels, made sure that they were safe. Safety first, and got the brakes to make sure they were working.
It's on the flank.
You're girthy, buddy. You're girthy.
Oh, I got this.
You good?
I'm good.
Your bucket safety first? All right. So.
Sounds good.
Sounds real good. Yeah, it sounds real good. So fuel injection, you know how we do. Got the Holly Sniper. The controller is in the glove box currently. Had a lot of problems with this this Kentrel stainless steel dash. Not made well at all right now. We're not sure what's going on there. Come on, that's just the reality of the situation. We've used that Kentrel stainless steel dash for years. This one is just different for some reason. So Scott really struggled with getting everything, you know, placed exactly the way he likes it to. We got a couple test and tune pieces to address before this is all good. There it is, the Jeep Wave. Right now, it's just a matter of enjoying the sunshine and the wind and make sure the Jeep behaves the way we want it to. This is pretty good. I think Paul's gonna really enjoy this. Another Jeep Wave. So we actually, this should have been Quadratec all-wheel drive. We went ahead and eliminated the all-wheel drive and we did a two-wheel drive conversion on it, so. It's got a little goose to it. I'll be honest with you. Oh. The short, narrow wheelbase, it's not as short as a 5, but that short, narrow wheelbase is got some challenges to it right now. I think we're going to need to check the alignment. Considering Scott hand-built the exhaust for this, I'm pretty darn impressed. Got those Patriot headers. Yeah, definitely torque steers. That means it got a little bit of shift and shimmy to it. Overall, W.
W's in the chat.
W's in the chat? What?
Get with it, Grandpa.
Tickled. Like in the belly. You brought the car over? Okay. Because YouTube land wants to see that we did a thing. Look at this. Look at this beauty.
You're gonna drill holes into your hood?
I'm not gonna drill holes into the hood. That terrifies me. So we've got these mounting things here, and let's go look at the car. I'm concerned over its structural integrity. I can't take the. What do you think? I can't take this off there. That's too fly.
You go back here.
No, you do not. Oh my God, that's the worst. You're the worst. No, it's got to be out here, but like not on the Cadillac. Like you got to leave the hood ornament on there. I think that looks terrible. Oh my God, Boss Hog. Oh. We're gonna figure out to attach that. I'm not drilling holes in my hood. It's not the nicest hood, but I'm not drilling holes in that hood. We're gonna get some sticky tape. Automotive adhesive. All right, so this particular Jeep, right now I'm doing a brig brake upgrade. So by RT Off-Road, it takes the front calipers from a single piston up to a pretty huge dual piston caliper. Gives you a whole new bracket. This particular Jeep has a really kind of an interesting history. Back in the summer of 19, I wanted to do a SEMA build, and we were doing some LS swaps, and one of the ideal candidates for an LS swap is actually a 6-speed manual. This is a low mileage 3.8, so not exactly a performance monster. It was a Rubicon. Would have been a really ideal candidate. So I was working with a customer. You'll actually see a YouTube video on this. We did a walk around video shortly after it was completed. Was working with a customer. We went and bought this together. I went down and checked it out and vetted it with the customer. Then we started reaching out to other manufacturers to get involved. Some potential sponsorship, promos, that kind of stuff to accessorize the Jeep and build it out. Needless to say, that customer did not want to wait. He wanted to take it on a wheeling trip sooner than SEMA. Inevitably decided to pursue a different route with the Jeep. While we were waiting to hear back from a number of these different manufacturers, he went ahead and he contacted Evo, and he did a Evo long arm. So the Jeep itself is like an 07 or an 08. Obviously it's a two-door JK Rubicon. It's currently set up on an Evo long arm. We got some JKS components on there. We have the PSC steering ram, you can see. We got the high mount, so we actually have the flipped steering. So this Rubicon 44, it's not an Ultimate, which we typically do a lot of. And then we got the Fox Resis on it. Had KMC bead locks, or still does. It ended up being a really cool build, phenomenally capable, but it was just unfortunate because we set out to do this SEMA caliber build with some pretty outlandish parts and pieces. It ended up getting dialed back pretty significantly. Customer did end up taking it out on some trips, not exactly the trips he anticipated. He sat on it for about, 6 to 10 months, and then he ended up selling it. But the way that a lot of our builds work, they never get too far from us. And because of kind of the custom nature of the jobs, the projects, it actually went to another guy. He stayed in touch with us. He didn't really drive it much of anything. He kind of played with it and just messed around, kind of like he was playing Legos, painting stuff and greasing and just kind of driving it locally. And then sold it again to another really good customer. As you'll have seen their LJ. We debuted that LJ build at Toledo Jeep Festival 22. Now they own this as one of their toys, and they're taking really good care of it, enjoying how it drives. You can actually check them out on Instagram. I think it's 4 Jeeps Deep. You can see some of the adventures they're taking this particular Jeep on. So we're taking off these. These are good. This was Power Stop. A lot of people say, hey Neil, what about this drilled and slotted? Typically through your standard thermodynamics, the expansion and contraction should push dirt and debris out of these little orifices, and this level of journaling or trough here should kind of schleff both heat and debris away from the rotor surface. So these are actually in pretty good condition, but it's important to note that we almost never, ever put used pads on used rotors. I know people do, and you at home might have done that. The mating surface for the pad and the rotor becomes relatively unique. So that means this surface here, you can see the contact patch where it's starting to wear here at the edges. And that's basically, that pad is going to depreciate because of debris that's kind of being pushed past this. So that's going to chew up the edges of the pad and depreciate it quicker. But you see this contact patch. If you were to take this contact patch and kind of microscopically line it up to the rotor itself, it'll actually fit together, kind of like a record player. Most people can't feel or see that. Sometimes you can take your hand across this, and it's called glazing. You'd want to rough that up so the material has a better contact patch. There's actually a fair amount of science that goes into making brakes work well. Most people don't think about it. They think about brakes are something that you can do in your side yard, and they can be, but realistically, you definitely want to do it right so that they are safe and they last for a long time and they don't break down on you. So kind of what we're doing here, and a couple other touch-up aspects with the Jeep. Like I said, the Jeep overall is super cool. Engine stayed the 3.8. The 6-speed has a B&M short throw shifter on it. Makes it really sporty feeling. Transfer case is still the 4-to-1. Rock track, Rubicon case, which is just nice. And we've got Adams drive shafts, I believe, front and rear. Did I bore you? You got tired?
I did zone out for a second.
You zoned out. That's okay. I think the SEMA builds on this particular Jeep, that day that's gone. The one that kind of got away as far as the SEMA caliber build, I'm proud to say is, you know, comfortably and confidently out there tearing up the trails, and we're only just making it better at this point. Let's put some brakes on. Size difference there. But you can see just how massive this caliper is versus this, you know, the factory caliper on there. So that'll be a heck of a nice improvement for them.
What do you have to say for yourself?
What's that? I'm doing a month's worth of work in a week.
Can we count how many flat surfaces he actually has over
Scott has flat surfaces in the shop. First of all, let's my one little lone tech cart, which I am clearing off tools of his that he already came and took tools off of. Then I am sure that he has stuff here, but I'm not even gonna count that, but I'm certain. This is the one that I'm most impressed by. What I'm calling this is the multi-height workbench that Scott is using. I would like to use that in the showroom right now to do a little cleaning and a little prep stuff, but that's currently being occupied. This is currently being occupied. Count his creeper. We're at 1, 2, 3, big 3, 4. I already cleared off this trash can, so I can't count that, but we should. 5, 6. Do we get to call this 6?
I think that's 7.
7 at least. That cart there, 8. Obviously we have the seat, which he's using as 9. And I think he's probably good, other than the fact that this is definitely the carpet from this one. I think we're at solid 9 surfaces. It's nice to see that they're all relatively protected, but
We do have tables.
we have tables, we have workbenches, we have carts, and I have a squirrel brain, and I can only imagine what it's like in the mad scientist's head. Nothing can ever be easy, so we took that Jeep over to the paint shop, and paint did a great job, beautiful, you know, blending. It's called blending, and so they take and match the edges, the center, and blend it to the rest of the Jeep. And they did a really nice job. And they pulled it out and said, "Hey, you're good to go. Come get the Jeep." And I was like, "Muchas gracias." Yeah, I went to go grab it, and I went to hit the key on the Jeep, and it had no worky. It didn't start. So thus ensued a whole bunch of things of like trying to like jump start it, and we brought out like an old school jump pack, and we're gonna test the battery. But realistically, because nothing can be easy, we're gonna pick it up on the trailer. I'm still working the truck. Nobody's bought it yet. Love the truck, but nobody's bought it yet. So here it is. So we're gonna take it. We're gonna go get this Jeep. But I lost the winch controller, so that's cool. Savage is gonna drive Chuck Norris. I'm gonna use the winch off of Chuck Norris. Savage is also parked entirely too close to the trailer, so I can't just back out. I'm real tired. It's been a long week, but we gotta keep building Jeeps. And so I don't really have a choice. I need to get this Jeep here. I gotta get it back. We're like months overdue. So, you know, we just gotta do it. We just gotta do a thing. Just do a thing. I don't know. We're gonna put it on this here trailer and drag it back over here. You get lost? No. Okay. It just took a while. So there's the Jeep. Nice Jeep. What are you doing? Stop photobombing. That's just the most classic, like, childhood thing. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Chuck Norris there. Keys are in it because you can't steal it. Look how nice that fender looks. Whoa. Whoa! I didn't almost crush myself or anything. We're good. Oh, we're just a little crooked. That's fine. We're not going far. At this point in time, it's gonna just keep pulling it this way. So go out, go out. Oh, no, don't go out. Don't go out, because it's in, wouldn't that be something? Collision at the collision. So, oh, that would make for content. Leo, go in a little bit. Keep going. Out just a little bit. Good. A good thing we're not going very far, because this doesn't tow across the country, I can promise you that. But I think we're good. Yay! Go ahead, in. That's not in. That's there we go. Jeepy's doing Jeep work. Folks, should I strap this Jeep with these super strong Harbor Freight ratchet straps? Better yet, I think I'll just hook it to the spare tire and ratchet it down. There we go. That's gooder. It's not going anywhere. All right, I'm not that bold. We're not gonna show everybody all the strapping. We're gonna go. You ready to go? Let's go. That was uneventful. Now, next update, you'll see it'll start to grow up a little bit. A couple inches, bigger tires. It's gonna be sweet.